Good morning, children. I think first lesson you have learned history, right? What is the meaning of history and what are the sources of history and why we need a history, why we want to know the history or our past, everything we have discussed in the last period and I think you have read the lesson, isn't it? Okay, children, today we are discussing one more lesson called prehistoric period. What is the meaning of prehistoric period? Have you heard about the prehistoric period or have you heard about the early men? Yes? Yes, children. Today we are going to discuss about the history. It is very vast. Vast means almost when the earth was born here, from that time how human beings evolved here. From that evidence to till now, what we are discussing, it is called history. So here we are discussing our past evidences, right? So here post prehistoric period, it is divided into three. One is prehistoric, prohistoric as well as historic period, children. So today we are learning about the prehistoric period of the human beings. Means from the early men. From the early men. Okay, children. So here prehistoric period means there was no records of human beings, but human beings evolved here. There was no writing evidences or writing document. I think early men was lived here, but there was no document, proper documents was not there here. Then secondly, prehistoric period, but there was a record, but there was no successful of the mans. Yes, early men was started here, agriculture, everything in the prehistoric period. And he made a writings also here, but there was no successful stories. But third period called historic period. In this we can see the human beings records. It may be what he was given the contributions to us, or it may be historical monuments or coins, inscriptions, so many archaeological things that was evolved, that was the proof or the evidence. It may be successful or the sorrowful, joyful and man's achievements, his value, his culture, everything. That past stories we can discuss in this historical period. So, again your prehistoric period is divided into three periods, that is Paleolithic, Mesolithic or the Microlithic and the Neolithic Age. So first one is Paleolithic Age. Before that, how human beings started to evolve here, that we have to see, isn't it, children? So almost 4600 years ago, Earth was born. So during that time only bacteria was appeared. It was eating plants or the grasses. Then slowly lichens and the mosses was appeared. Then grasses, plants, everything was started to appear in the earth. Then slowly birds, mammals, reptiles and the amphibians, dinosaurs and vipers, these are all started to evolving. Almost 1.8 million years ago, human beings started to appear here. Means that was early man. So during the Paleolithic Age, almost 5 lakhs to 12,000 years ago, there was a human beings started to develop his age. Means he was stayed here. Early man was stayed here. He was wearing the wooden, what you call that, wooden things, okay, plants like that he was started to wearing. Then he was started to eating a raw or the flesh. But he did weapons. It was made by the stones. So stone weapons he was started to using to kill the animals and started to eating raw or the flesh. But there was no recordings. What he was killed the animal that he was going to draw the cave's wall. Why? Because he was sheltered in the rocks inside or the caves. So inside the cave's wall, he was started to drawing the pictures how many animals he was killed. So still now we can see in this drawing Madhya Pradesh. What is that? Madhya Pradesh, there was a place, Bhimbedka. That place we can see the drawings early. So this was the proof of early men's. Okay children. So next one is Mesolithic Age. During the time of 12,000 to 9,000 years ago, he was lived here. So in this Mesolithic Age, slowly he was started to doing the pots, varieties of pots he was using. And he made the utensils. That utensils was made by the, what you call that, copper or like that iron, like that. Then in this Mesolithic Age, he was started to doing the wooden axes. What is that? Wooden means what he made the stone weapons, he was tied to wooden hand. So through the wooden hand, he was started to killing the animals. And slowly he was started to discovering something. Fire he was found. Then he was started to boiling food. After that, he was slowly started to rearing the animals. This is called animal husbandry. What animals? Okay, cattle and the goats. But there was a shortage of foods. There was no enough food for the men also as well as the animal also. So that they were started to moving one place to another to search a food. Because during the time of Paleolithic and the Mesolithic age, human beings, he never stayed in one place. He was moving around the world. According to the scientists, the first man was appeared in the Africa. Then in India, there was another period was started, or the first civilization was started, called Indus Valley civilization. Here children, during the Mesolithic age, or it is also called Microlithic age. What is the meaning of Microlithic age? Okay. From the small weapons to large weapons, they were started to doing weapons and started to rearing the animals. Through the weapons, they were cutting the forest and started to doing something or growing something crops. So this age is also called Microlithic age. Okay children. So during this time, there was a first civilization in India called Indus Valley civilization. Means he came to the bank of river Indus and he was stayed in one place. He was found the animals' food as well as his life on the bank of river because of the alluvial soil found in this bank of river. So that he was stayed there and slowly started to doing agriculture through his weapons. He was cleared the forest, then started to doing the agriculture. So this age was called Neolithic Age. Almost 9,000 to 5,000 years ago, there was a Neolithic Age was started here. Means human beings slowly developed. After that he was found, first pot, fire, everything he was found. Then wheel he was found. How he was found the wheel? Okay. One day, man was sitting on the hill, peak of the hill. Then he was seeing the logs, wooden logs. It was rolling to downside, from upper side to downside. Then in his mind, the idea came, okay, that he can use for the carts. So like slowly they were started to doing the logs, as well as they made the carts. Then it was the first idea got to manufacture the wheels. But now 21st century we are all moving through the wheels, that is made by the iron as well as rubber, right? So here, prehistoric period is how it was divided? Three periods. One is Paleolithic, Mesolithic and the Neolithic Age. So children, you have learned only what is the meaning of history, what is the sources of history, isn't it? But in this lesson, what is that? Prehistoric period. What we can learn? What is prehistory? History, it is divided into prehistoric, prohistoric and the historic. So this prehistoric, again it is divided into Paleolithic, Mesolithic and the Neolithic Age. So in this Neolithic Age we can see in Sanganakallu at Ballari. There was a stone weapons we can found in the Sanganakallu of Ballari, Karnataka. Okay. So after that Halluru, Brahmagiri also we can see, and Uttar Kannada also we can see the stone weapons of the early men. And another thing what we have learned, okay, what is the first civilization found in this India? Indus Valley civilization. When they stayed here, they were started to doing some agriculture. They made the well-known bathroom system, drainage system, and whatever they are storing the granaries, they were keeping or the storing it into the rooms, and that rooms are made by the bricks, children. So during the free time they were made the so many necklaces, especially women, they were made the pots and designs of pots as well as beads, necklace. These are all in the free time. During the free time they were all doing this. Okay children. So tomorrow we will learn more about the human beings evolution or the discoveries. Means what was the first metal he was found, what he did, everything we will discuss in the next period children. So you have to go through the textbook today, then 2 or 3 times just you listen carefully in this teaching, then go through the textbook, underline whichever you are not understand, and you can WhatsApp me your doubt. And today just I'm going to give you 2 or 3 questions for your assignment children. Okay, so do well. Thank you.